With health updates and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Reacting to losing the Women's United States title on SmackDown, Giulia wrote this on X. "I'm angry at myself, Chelsea, at everything. That's real funny. Just watch. I'm going to tear it all apart." Touching on the declining ratings across WWE and AEW, Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio, "It's not just AEW. Raw had its second lowest number ever this week. SmackDown had its lowest ever. NXT's down too. And there's no sports competition. Collision tied its lowest 18-49, and Dynamite was weak even without the World Series going on. That's everything across the board. When you look at them, the change over a 2-month period is unfathomable. It's ridiculous. People have been going like, is the boom over? And it's like, the peak is over without a doubt. It's not just wrestling either. UFC's down too. We are seeing a shift in how people are consuming everything right now. It's not collapsing, but it's plateaued and starting to dip. Business is still strong, but the growth period, that's done." After he underwent emergency surgery last month, Rikishi talked about his health, saying on his Off the Top podcast, I'm great. You know, I'm not going to go into details about everything that happened and so forth, but you know me. The one thing I would never do is miss a booking. You know what I mean? For many years, that's just a no-no for Big Key. But for me to be down, it was an emergency type of surgery, and I'm going to leave it at that. It took about 6 hours to be under the knife, and I woke up feeling great, you know what I mean? I just feel like a new person. I'm one of those guys that hates to go to the hospital, and it was just one of those things that was caught just in time. And with the grace of God and the surgeons that were there that day, I'm here today to sit and talk with you and say I love you. I woke up feeling a different way when I got wheeled back to the room in the hospital, meaning just grateful. Things that I might have had beef with, who back in the day, I want to make all that right. There's so much more to life than being upset at each other, so I want to thank all the fans. Thank you to all my real ones out there, my co-workers, a lot of the roster that's out there. Thank you guys so much for the love and respect and checking up on me. But I am fine. Big Key is here. I ain't going nowhere anytime soon." Previously, Devon Dudley has claimed that Jim Ross had made racist remarks towards him. Now, Dudley explained why he has opened up on the situation, telling Duke Loves Wrestling, "You know, this whole thing with JR, I kept quiet for a long time because I didn't want things to get out of control. I don't want you guys to hate or what. Listen, if you have good vibes with JR, if you had good relationships with him, then please by all means keep those relationships. I told you and I let the cat out of the bag finally. My gripe with him and why I had an issue with him. There were times where him and I would see each other, look at each other, and I would walk away from him. I wouldn't say anything to him, whether he remembered or not, which I think he does, but you know, it is what it is with that. I can't go back and change it, and neither can he. Like I said, I forgave him, but I don't have to forget. And I think it's also good that people who are, you know, maybe prejudiced or racist know that you will be exposed one way or another. Whether it's right away, whether it's 10 years, 30 years from now, eventually you will be exposed because it's wrong. You can't judge people by the color of their skin or say remarks like that and think you're going to get away with it. Whether you're joking or not, it's not a joke. When I see him, do I speak to him? No, but that's about it. You have your own opinion on the man, you go with that. Don't go by what I say. In other words, make your judgment of him your decision. Don't let it be influenced by anything I've said. That's my story with him. If you have a story with him, then by all means, I understand that. But if you don't go off of what I said, because that's my experience, not yours. Also on that podcast, Devon Dudley called out AEW wrestler QT Marshall and AEW president Tony Khan for apparently lying about his meeting with Khan. Number one, you never asked me to be a producer or to produce a match. I never produced anything. The first time I showed up was in Orlando, and I was told by QT Marshall, who I can't stand and I don't care if he knows it, kiss my ass. He can't do about it. I got there at 11 in the morning and didn't meet with him until about 2 or 3 in the morning. So yeah, you're damn right I was probably sitting in the chair with my eyes closed. I was tired. Would you have done that to Flair? No. Would you have done it to anybody else? No. But you did it to me. So F you, man. You could have brought me into the office and just said, hey Devon, this is what we have to offer. I could say yes or no and go home. But instead, you kept me waiting until 2 or 3 in the morning again. I said I want to be a producer. I don't want to wrestle. And he goes, maybe you could do a 6-man or a tag. Dude, I was 6 months off back surgery. Why would I risk that? I don't give a damn what he thinks. I don't work for him and he doesn't pay me. I'm happy with WWE, with my Legends deal, with the projects I do. People say don't burn a bridge. I'm not burning a bridge, but don't talk about me that isn't true. Don't lie and say you asked me to produce matches. You didn't. I would have been happy to show what I could do, but it never happened, so don't lie. I don't care how much money someone has. Don't lie on me. Kiss my ass and shove that money up your ass. I don't care. And that kiss ass you've got next to you, QT Marshall, he can go to hell. I wish he would approach me. I wish he would. It'll be the last time he ever approaches me. I'm not being bitter, I'm not being angry. Just don't lie. After being fired by WWE, Ridge Holland has addressed this situation on his YouTube channel, saying, "What's going on, guys? Luke Menzies here. I just want to get on here and start this YouTube channel, and I understand there's a lot of headlines. There's a lot of questions, good, bad, positive. I just want to kind of set the record straight and tell my side of the story and my journey in WWE, the good, the bad, the ugly. I just want to firstly say that my time at WWE was majority on a positive note. I enjoyed it. I got to wrestle at WrestleMania. I got to be around some great people. You know, I got to travel the world. It was a hugely positive influence on my life, and I am grateful for it. And I know the last 12 months have been rough, and obviously the negative always overshadows the positive. But I just want to reiterate that my time at WWE was great, and I'm grateful for it. I'd had a 12-year professional rugby league career. That came to an end when I was on honeymoon. Actually, I got married. I was on honeymoon, and the club that I played for at the time called me up and fired me while I was on honeymoon. 2 days later, I flew home to the UK and I started my first wrestling practice in Oldham, England. 6 months later, I had a WWE tryout. I came over to Orlando, did my medicals, and then sold my house getting ready to go. I think I was coming in like 2 weeks, and then they said the visa had been declined, so I was left homeless with a pregnant wife. In addition to recovering from a foot injury, Holland might need neck surgery, telling TMZ's Inside the Ring, "Yeah, so I've been dealing with neck issues for a while. It comes with the territory, you know, being a wrestler and having an active career before that. But I aggravated the injury in the ring, and I was about to get imaging done before the foot injury happened. With the foot needing surgery, that became the priority, so the neck went on the back burner. But with me being out now, I said I'd love to get the images of my neck, and then they came back and were like, yeah, your neck's kind of moderately bad. You're kind of a good candidate for a fusion, so I'm just trying to get hooked up with a doctor here in Florida because I don't want to travel, really. You obviously need a chaperone when you travel, so the less stress I can put my wife through having to find childcare and then get on a flight, the better. So if I can get the surgery done in Florida, the better." During that same interview, Ridge Holland was asked if he would consider wrestling for AEW, GCW, NJPW, or other promotions once he's healed. As he said, "I mean, I love wrestling. Like, that's the one thing that I wanted to do since I was a kid. I love wrestling, so whatever they want me there. If they think I can add value, which I think I can, I've not scratched the surface in what I'm capable of totally. Even though I was at WWE for 8 years, I feel like I've not scratched the surface, so if I could add value value to someone's promotion, then yeah. And if I can help as well, that's the main thing. I want to give back. It's not all about me, me, me. I'm a big proponent of giving back as well. So if I can do that, there's a good chance. There was a GoFundMe created for Ridge Holland and his family, where a few WWE stars publicly donated to it. Dave Meltzer added this on Wrestling Observer Radio. Chelsea Green did a tweet, I believe it was linking the GoFundMe, which she then deleted. I cannot imagine that WWE didn't tell her to, or somebody from there didn't, because it's like the last thing they want is their own talent promoting it. She didn't do it anonymously. Neither did Omos, although his name wasn't as identifiable to most people. They fired him essentially for that tweet last week, and then the GoFundMe has to be even worse because it's like, here's this guy who was a TV star still getting paid, and now he's doing a GoFundMe. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.